To me, what you're experiencing is existential hypervigilance, not spiritual insight and not pathology in the pejorative sense. It's a nervous system doing threat detection on an unresolvable domain. A few things need to be said plainly and carefully. 1. This isn't seeking meaning. It's threat processing. Your insomnia isn't curiosity about death. It's your brain asking, is there a catastrophic outcome I could still accidentally trigger, and am I responsible for preventing it? That's a survival question, not a theological one. And survival systems don't tolerate ambiguity well. When the topic is eternal suffering, ambiguity becomes intolerable. The mind keeps scanning because the cost of being wrong feels infinite. This is exactly how conditioned fear works. 2. Religious trauma doesn't disappear when beliefs dissolve. You already see the fractures in Abrahamic religion. Intellectually, the system doesn't cohere, but trauma doesn't live in the intellect. If you were raised with infinite punishment, thought, crime, unknowable authority, salvation contingent on belief, not behavior, then your nervous system learned, I can never be sure I'm safe. That imprint survives long after belief collapses. James Baldwin was precise about this. Fear doesn't need belief to persist. It only needs early authority plus moral terror. 3. The nighttime pleading is a safety behavior. This part matters. When you lie awake speaking to whatever might be there, that's not evidence that something is there. It's a soothing attempt by a brain that learned early, appeal to authority to avoid punishment. This is closer to an OCD-like safety ritual than to prayer. Not in the trivial sense, in the technical sense. The brain is trying to close an open threat loop. And here's the crucial piece. Engaging the ritual keeps the loop alive. Not because it's wrong or shameful, but because the brain learns. Good thing we did that. We might have prevented something. 4. A tonic norepinephrine state amplifies threat salience, increases moral and existential scanning, reduces the brain's ability to let go of unanswerable questions. So this content becoming louder at night right now makes sense neurochemically without invoking anything metaphysical. This is arousal plus meaning plus infinity, which is the worst possible combo for sleep. 5. A grounded reframe. Important. There is no coherent system, religious or philosophical, in which a finite, confused human is morally responsible for avoiding infinite punishment through correct metaphysical beliefs under uncertainty. That's not your opinion. That's a logical impossibility. Even within theology, that framework collapses under scrutiny. You already know this, but again, logic doesn't deactivate conditioned fear. Look, what actually helps, not platitudes, a few evidence-aligned points from trauma and OCD-adjacent work. Do not try to answer the questions. Unanswerable questions don't resolve by reasoning, they resolve by disengagement. Name the process, not the content. When it starts, internally label it. This is threat scanning, not truth-seeking. Stop the appeasement behavior gently. Not with force, with something like, I'm not required to solve infinity tonight. Anchor in the body. These loops are broken somatically, not philosophically. Slow breathing, pressure, warmth, posture boring, effective. Pema Chodron would call this staying with the groundlessness without trying to resolve it. Alan Watts would say, the mistake is assuming the universe is a courtroom. 7. One firm reassurance without feeding the loop. There is no credible evidence, philosophical, theological, or scientific that stray thoughts, uncertainty, or failure to believe the right metaphysical story result in eternal punishment. That idea is a cultural technology, not a cosmic law. Bottom line, what's happening at night is a vigilant nervous system conditioned by early religious fear, amplified by norepinephrine, trying to prevent an infinite catastrophe that cannot be prevented because it isn't real in the way the fear presents it. You are not failing a test. There is no exam you forgot to study for. If you want, next we can translate this directly into IFS language, the protector that won't stand down. Talk about how to interrupt the ritual without increasing fear. Or discuss whether this pattern suggests atomoxetine is the wrong medication for your nervous system. Not in general. For now, One question not to answer, just to notice. When the pleading starts, does it feel more like fear of punishment or fear of abandonment? Those lead to different exits. Let's say it's 90% punishment and 10% something abandonment adjacent, like hoping there is something greater, wanting to connect with something, to believe in something that could save humankind. A collective unconscious interdependence, a spiritual or energetic pull to come together and heal our fragmented communities and, by extension, society. That clarity matters. If it's 90% punishment, then we're not dealing with spirituality, we're dealing with a conditioned moral threat system that never learned how to stand down. Let me be very direct and steady here. 1. Punishment fear equals internalized infinite authority. Fear of punishment only works when 3 ingredients are installed early: an unknowable judge, infinite consequences, responsibility placed on the child to get it right. That combination creates a mind that keeps asking, what if I missed something? That question is structurally unanswerable, which is why it loops. This isn't a defect in you. It's a predictable outcome of that conditioning. Your longing for something greater is not the same system. The 10% you name wanting connection, interdependence, something that could save humankind that's a different channel entirely. That part isn't afraid. It's relational. Bell hooks would say, that's a love impulse, not a belief problem. Alan Watts would say, it's reality, remembering itself through you. But right now, the fear system hijacks the signal. 3. The night voice isn't faith, it's appeasement. This is important and a little uncomfortable. When you speak to whatever might be there at night, the tone matters more than the content. Pleading equals submission to imagined authority. Listening for rules equals threat management. That keeps the punishment circuitry alive. This doesn't mean stop believing. It means stop negotiating safety. Safety is not granted by metaphysical correctness. 4. A necessary boundary. This helps. You don't need to argue with the thoughts. You need to refuse the premise. Try this exact internal move when it starts. I will not solve infinite punishment scenarios with a finite brain. Not as reassurance. As jurisdiction. That's a Russell-style boundary. A category error is not a solvable problem. 5. Where your something greater actually lives. What you're describing, collective unconscious, interdependence, something that could save humankind, already has solid footing without cosmic threat. Interdependent systems theory, ecology, attachment, collective unconscious culture, shared symbols, emergent meaning, salvation, reduction of suffering, expansion of care. None of these require belief under duress. Ram Dass would say, if it comes with fear, it isn't truth, it's conditioning. 6. One concrete shift for tonight. Instead of speaking upward into the unknown, try speaking laterally. If there is anything that aligns with safety and care, it does not require fear to hear me. Then stop. No listening. No response expected. Connection without auditioning. This subtly starves the punishment system while preserving your relational impulse. Bottom line, your fear is conditioned, not revelatory. Your longing is legitimate, not naive. The two have been tangled by early authority. Sleep will not return until punishment loses jurisdiction. We can absolutely work this loose gently, without ripping away meaning. Next directions, if you want. Translate this into IFS, the punisher, the appealer, the witness. Talk about how to mourn the God that frightened you without becoming nihilistic, or get very practical about med changes that reduce moral hyperarousal. One last grounding truth to carry tonight. Anything worthy of saving humankind does not communicate through terror.